or what would you do if someone was taking a photo of you?
I mean, if someone was taking a photo of me and I noticed it and they were laughing obnoxiously, they're making fun of you. And especially at school, you probably know this person, at least if they're in the year level, something like that. Especially in school, I would be like, nah, fuck this. I'm going to call them out on it. And I wouldn't pull up the photo and do the exact same thing and taunt them that way, because especially if you're a guy and they're girls, it could be seen in a really creepy way. I feel like there's the differencing there. But I also feel like, I don't know, like, what do you reckon, Damo?
Look, I think it is a 21st century way of bullying somebody. The fact that people have these little cameras in their hands now. So I think if you see a problem with it, I would absolutely go and tell them off. They're not happy snaps, they're crappy snaps.
Yeah.
That is what I say.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
enough.
Tell them off. Give them a piece of your mind. That's it.
I'm with you on that
school
one.
anyway.
All right.
Who gives a shit? Do it.
I think we should
Airdrop them a picture of your balls. Upset them.
The ultimate.
So they're taking a photo of you.
That's the digital. That's the digital teabag right there.
just as like they're taking a photo of it, just accidentally, just slip out like your balls, and they got photos of it. It's like, actually, I don't know if you want to do that. That's embarrassing for you. That'd be gross. You don't want to do that. That's public indecency. You can't do that.
Let's take the advice one way or another. We've got enough options there. I think we should leave it there for the government.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's up next?
Marcus, did you want to go?
Yeah. Okay, I'll go. I need that word,
All
baby.
right, your word is
Ooh, baby.
egg white.
Egg white. Oh my god! You know what? I like a good crispy egg white.
Crispy?
All right.
What
does egg white have to say for themselves?
You know when you're frying up an egg and like a sunny side up and the outside's a little bit crispy?
Sounds overcooked to
Anyway.
me, but okay.
It's delicious. You don't know.
Marcus's version of an egg white it is an egg black. just charred to the core.
It is. You guys don't know what you're missing out on. It is delicious, and I'm going to keep going. All right. Egg White writes in, how do you break up with your longtime hairdresser? A new salon opened up just beside my office, and I popped in there for a quick emergency haircut one day. Well, I got to tell you, this girl gave me the best haircut I've ever had. I've been going to my regular hairdresser since the late 80s, and she's a friend, and I see her out and about town all of the time. The new hairdresser is also a local girl who has kids in the same grades as mine, so I see her around too. I'd rather go to her, but I don't want to hurt my regular hairdresser's feelings when she sees me. What do I do? Egg White.
Well, I've been in this situation before because I had a person who was cutting my hair for maybe like 20 years before I decided to find another hairdresser, and it was like a local person as well.
I think we've spoken about this before.
We might have.
I think maybe.
Yeah.
I've had to break up with this hairdresser, and I went to a barber.
How did you go about it? Yeah. Ooh,
I just
yeah.
stopped going.
Yeah. You're just like, I don't want to see you anymore. Have you seen them since? Like, have you ever bumped into them or?
I feel like I've still seen her here and there, but like my brother was like still getting his hair cut there, and she was just always asking like, oh, where's Tom? Where's Tom? And he had to deal with that more than me. So that's not my problem, I guess.
You threw your brother under the bus there. You're just like, oh, well, see you later.
But now I'm at the point where I keep going to this new barber, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, well, if I ever wanted to leave, I'd feel bad. I don't want to have to do it again and ditch them. It's hard.
Tom's breaking the barber's hearts.
Tom, did you have the realization when you stopped going to that particular hairdresser? And I've had this before because I feel like when you're younger, you just go to the doctor that your family goes to, the dentist, etc., right? Mm-hmm. And as soon as you leave the nest, you have to start finding your own things. So many times where I was like, oh, so this is like what a good haircut is supposed to feel like, or like this is what like my old dentist, I just used to think getting a clean was like the most torturous thing, where he was basically giving me a root canal when he was just cleaning my teeth, right?
Yeah.
And I finally went to a new dentist, and it was like the most pain-free and easy, pleasant situation. And I just thought either that dentist hated me or he was just very bad at his craft. Like it was such an upgrade when I changed.
I agree. That's exactly how I felt. As far as like, there's a difference between getting a haircut from a salon or like from a hairdresser and a barber, and I felt like the barber just had a little bit more care involved and seemed to be a little bit more, I don't know, intricate in what he was doing, and I respect that.
Barber just sounds fancier as well. Like it gives it like an air of class when you hear that.
It's one of those ones, they're using straight blades. Well, for the most part, I would imagine a lot of barbers do. And it's that straight blade feeling that is just second to none. you get that straight blade on your back of your neck. Like I know. For all our lady listeners, you might not get a straight blade experience, but my God, that is like the best feeling ever as a barber.
They have Brazilians instead. The whole blade thing your blade thing reminded me, Marcus, that my original hairdresser, I just used, whenever you used a straight blade, I would 9 times out of 10 leave the salon bleeding.
Oh,
and
really?
I just thought that was the standard. Like, he used to slap like rubbing alcohol on me once he was done. And I just thought like he used to home alone me after every haircut. Right. And I thought that was the standard. And it turns out that it's not the standard.
No, that's
and
not
that shouldn't have been happening.
No.
Settling.
I wanted to ask you, Tom, as the man whose hair is always on point every week because you're getting manicured, the world is a mess and your hair's perfect, right?
Right.
Are you scared to go see a barber for him to get close?
Well,
or are you okay? Are you going to keep your appointment?
I popped online just to check on their Instagram to see if they're even still operating, because currently, as of today, which is the day we're recording, you can get a haircut. Hairdressers or salons or barbers are still open, but my barber unfortunately has decided to close the shop up until this all blows over. So I can't go to him, and I've just decided I'm going to let whatever happens and just let it grow out.
Oh my God, long hair Tom.
Yes,
I've never seen that.
Are you guys going to go like quarantine caveman and just let everything grow, or are you going to? I was thinking of shaving my head maybe at some point, depending on how long this goes for. I might go V for Vendetta style.
That'll be hot. Well, I'm actually growing my beard at the moment, and my fiance absolutely hates it right now. She's like, "Please shave," and I'm like, "No, it's the caveman look. Everyone's doing it."
In your girlfriend's defense, a beard is something that you can manage yourself.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the mop on your top.
Well, you said
what are you guys going to do about that?
You said all the extremities go. Well, actually, speaking of haircuts, I recently got a haircut. Like as this was all kicking in, I was like, I need to get a haircut because chances are they're going to be shut down real soon. So I recently went to my regular hairdresser or barber, and I started getting all the haircut, and it was a different person that normally cuts my hair. I was like, we'll go. I don't care. I haven't really settled on a barber. And as they're cutting my hair and I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is great. I love this haircut. And it was looking all great. But then right at the end, they put on their reading glasses and just looking at their hair for like the final time. And I'm thinking to myself, should you be putting on your glasses at the end of the haircut? Like I'm happy with my haircut, but were you just winging it the whole time and it just worked out nicely?
Marcus, you being someone who wears glasses, were you tempted to be like, can I try your pair on? I just want to see your prescription to see how blind you are.
There was a little temptation. When I have to get my hair cut, I have to take off my glasses and I have to leave I leave my hair in the hands of the barber. I'm like, cut my hair. This is what I want. And I pretty much close my eyes until the end of the show, and then because throughout the whole thing they're like, hey, does this look good? I'm like, yeah, it looks good. Like,
don't know.
you saw me walk in with my glasses. I can't see, but I'm gonna assume it's good. I've got trust in you. I can't stop you halfway through.
I'm now trying to run my mind through like other situations where that would be an unsettling thing, like to do a job and then see the person put their glasses on afterwards. Like if you went for a driving lesson and then at the end they put their glasses on, and I'm like, yeah, I think you did a good job.
Well, I think what you said earlier, the Brazilian waxing, I think that would really that'd be
worrying as well.
That'd be worrying. It's like, hey, do you know where you put in that wax?
I missed plenty.
You just waxed my butthole. You missed.
Didn't pay for that.
Yeah, it's all right.
So this person here, then, how do they deal with this, you think?
It's hard because I see this person in public all the time.
Yeah.
I would. What do you think about lying and saying that the other place just charges less, or I'm seeing somebody? I don't know. Like, what would you say? Like, oh, my new girlfriend cuts hair. Like, what do you lie or do you be upfront about it?
I think you could say. I mean, obviously this is a friend, but for instance, if I was to explain it to my barber, my hairdresser, I could always say like, oh, I've got a friend who's, starting out as a barber and, they wanted, they were using me to sort of like get used to doing it or whatever like that, and I'm just helping them out now. Maybe that's what you could say. It doesn't need to be the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good way. That way you say like, I'm the guinea pig and I'm helping out a friend.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good way of going about it, and I think that's the right way. I think at the end of the day, you can also use the excuse of they're just closer to me. It's more of a case of like, hey, I go to work and I don't have that much time to get haircuts. This is a convenient way that I prefer. I'm sure you understand.
And hopefully they do.
Hopefully.
All right. Should we leave it
that's
there?
That's it for Egg White. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much, Egg White. Now, Damien, what have you got?
Damien, you just get any random.
All right, this comes from... I'll click the button. This comes from truth. So this is coming from the truth.
The truth.
The truth is writing in.
And honestly, Marcus, I don't think you can handle it, buddy. I don't think you can handle the goddamn truth.
I should just disconnect from this call right now. That's it. I'm out.
I think that'd be for the best.
Yeah.
All right, this is a little bit of a long one, but I think it is a fun one, so please stick with me. The truth writes in, to dip or not to dip? My brother Mario recently got married to a lovely lady called Kate. Kate and her family are nice, but are extremely formal. My family, on the other hand, are extremely casual. The day after the wedding, Kate's parents hosted brunch at their house. On the coffee table, there was a large serving platter with a dip that had been prepared in a mold. So that what they mean is the dip is prepared like in a shape. This dip was a little different. It was about 30 centimeters long and in the unmistakable shape of a penis and testicles.
Oh.
When I saw it, I thought I had misjudged my brother's new in-laws. Food in the shape of dick and balls? What could be funnier than that? They had clearly been hiding their great sense of humor all this time. As soon as I saw the dip, I burst out laughing. Something left over from the bachelorette party, I said.
Oh.
My brother's father-in-law looked at me dead in the eyes and sternly said, it's a lobster. As other guests arrived, it became clear who was in my family and who was in Kate's family. My family were all making thinly veiled penis jokes while Kate's family pretended there wasn't a giant dick on the table. So creamy, my cousin said as she dug into the shaft with a cracker. They should have put some sprouts around the base, my aunt said. Last weekend, I had some people over to my house, and as a joke, I decided to make my own dick dip. Out of respect for my sister-in-law, I did not post any photos of the dip to social media. Some of my friends, however, couldn't help themselves. Kate saw photos of the dick dip on a mutual friend's Instagram story and is now upset. My brother called me and said I'm disrespecting her and her family. He says I need to apologize. In my opinion, I didn't do anything wrong and Kate should lighten up. It's a dip in the shape of a penis. Relax. The truth.
The truth. It spits hot fire. This truth boy.
This reminds me of something from Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they open up a gym. They're trying to get have a party or something like that, or they're trying to have a gym opening.
A very manly party, right?
Yeah, it's a very manly party. So what they do is they make a flyer and they're like, we'll make the flyer in the shape of a bicep. And the flyer ends up looking like a penis. And if I was to share my screen right now with you boys, I can show you the actual flyer.
Oh, the technology these days.
If this is working.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
So
That's
it's
definitely
supposed
a
to look
dick.
like
That's
an
definitely
arm
a dick.
flexing, but it looks like a dick and balls on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what this
Well, it's funny
reminded
that
me
you
of.
bring that up, Tom, because I actually did some digging and I found the dip mold.
Oh.
So I wanted to send it to you guys and get your opinion on if you think it's a lobster or a knobster.
Okay.
So I'm going to send that through.
I mean, where's the lobster in that? Like, come on.
I will share this to our social media pages. I
Yeah.
want to get our audience's opinion on maybe this can be like the new viral illusion. Like, do you know that we had the blue? Is it a blue dress or is it a gold dress?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
Is it Yanni or Laurel? Is it rock lobster or cock lobster?
I like that. Rock lobster or cock lobster? Cock knobster.
Did they say what flavor
course,
the
of
dip
course.
Yeah, that's
I don't know,
a good point.
I don't know. I think it doesn't say that. I don't think. To be honest, Tom, I don't think it's important.
It's not relevant. I'm just interested to know.
I think it is. Was it a fish tasting one or is it another type of tasting one? I don't know.
I was going to say, what do you think about like actually saying something about it? If you were to see that, would you actually say what? If you thought it looked like a penis, you wouldn't actually say that, surely, in this form
No,
of setting.
I don't think I would. I would giggle to my friends and like, this is a family situation. I would giggle to my family, my brothers, and say, "Hey, look at the cockster over here."
Looks like a schlong.
Yeah. I would laugh, and I wouldn't be ashamed of laughing. I don't think there's any fault in laughing.
I think where this guy and his family probably did the wrong thing is. Like it's funny, I agree, it looks like a dick, but I think they stretched the joke on for too long. The fact that like every family member is walking up to this dip and making a comment and being like, "Oh, dick to dick, dick to dick, dick, dick," as they dip their cracker in, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the other family would be like, "Okay, we get it. Like it looks like a dick. Move on. Like it's funny, sure, whatever, but come on."
But do you feel like it's one of those ones where it's like everybody walking up is like thinking to themselves like, "Oh, no one's made this joke before," and they said it. Like if the joke has been said loud and proud and everyone's heard it, okay, that's when it should die, and that's us, right? But if if one person says it just to someone else and that's it, no one hears it, and it keeps repeating itself, then that's what it is. It's a joke. It's being a dead horse, but without realizing it.
I would argue though that this guy knows what the other family is like, so I'm sure his family knows what Kate's family is like.
True.
So the fact that they're doing it, it's almost it's to the chagrin of them, and that's probably why they're fine